before this, we studied the role of industrial estates, the role of center and state level promotional services, and now we'll be studying the role of financial institutions. So I've listed here some of the financial institutions that offer help and assistance to entrepreneurs. Okay. First is Industrial Financial Corporation of India, IFCI. So it was established on July 1st, 1948 under the Industrial Finance Corporation Act 1948. But with effect from 1993, this corporation was made as a public limited company under the Companies Act. The main objective of this institution is to provide long-term, medium and short-term loans to industries and to do the work of leasing and hire purchase finance. Okay, so the main objective with which this institution was established was to provide short-term, medium-term and long-term loans to industries. Also, they help in leasing and hire purchase services. So the various forms of assistance provided by IFCI are: they can give loans to industrial institutions for up 25 years or purchase their letter of credit. Then guarantees can be taken for loan taken from capital market for a period of 25 years and can guarantee the payment of amount of imported goods. May directly purchase shares or shares of companies. Then also can guarantee loan obtained from industrial institutions, from scheduled banks or state cooperative banks. Then this corporation can give guarantee if Indian industrial company takes loans from foreign banks or foreign financial institutions. So this is another service that they can offer, that they can act as a guarantor for Indian companies to take loan from foreign institutions. The registered capital of IFCI is currently more than, so this is the most recent figure. It's better that I do not quote it because it keeps on changing a lot of times. In order to fulfill its financial needs, its institution can issue loan letters and bonds from time to time and can also get loan letters from foreign institutions in foreign currency. Apart from financial services, this corporation provides 3 types of additional services. It provides technical advice to entrepreneurs, runs training programs for management improvement in industries, and on January 2nd, 1988, the Risk Capital and Technical Finance Corporation was formed, which gives loan without interest to the projects of new or technical industrialists. Okay, so these are also the assistances that are offered. Basically, if we want to talk about it in a gist, then technical advice and management improvement consultants is also given, or training is also given. Okay. Second, we come to State Finance Corporation, SFC. On September 28, 1951, the State Finance Act was passed by the central government with the objective of empowering the state government to establish State Finance Corporation in the states to provide financial assistance to small and medium-sized industries. Okay, so it has been established in 18 states, of India. Under the State Finance Corporation Act, the minimum limit of the authorized capital of the state is 10 crores, which can be increased to 50 crores. Okay, so the authorized capital limit is up to 50 crores. Now, next we come to the financial assistance that is given by the SFC. It provides loans for a period of up to 20 years, but only up to 50% of the value of permanent property can be provided. So whatever permanent property means fixed asset, whatever fixed asset you own, 50% of that value will be given for 20 years. This corporation can guarantee loan if the industrial institution takes loans from financial institutions. This corporation can undertake the acquisition of shares and debentures of industrial institutions. So it can also take up the shares and debentures of any institutions and the corporation can act as a representative of institutions like the state government and industrial finance corporation. Okay, so let me stop here. On July 1st, 1964, under the Industrial Development Bank of India Act 1964, the main objectives are to purchase and acquire the shares and bonds of industrial institutions, lending of industrial institutions, to carry out techno-economic studies by conducting research surveys, setting the order of priorities for future industrial development, to establish proper coordination in the demand and supply of long-term and medium-term industrial finance. The bank was reorganized in February 76 and was empowered to coordinate the functions of IFCI, ICICI, IRCI, LIC, UTI, State Bank, all these institutions. Okay. Fifth is SIDBI, which is Small Industry Development Bank of India. The main features are the main schemes that are run by this institution are scheme of assistance under risk capital fund, equipment finance scheme for profit making companies, and refinance scheme for rehabilitation of National Textile Corporation persons. Okay, next, Axis Bank, private sector UTI Bank Private Limited, they renamed as Axis Bank Limited. So formerly it was under the UTI Bank Limited. Is effective from July 2007. Previously its full name was UTI Assets Management Company. The four promoters are LIC, State Bank of India, Bank of Baroda and PNB, Punjab National Bank. In November 2005, paid a total amount of 1,236.95 crores to the central government and got 25% partnership in the mutual fund. The assets of 67 lakhs, these are not, this you do not need to study. 1 second. From here. Then, the Unit Trust of India was established by the central government in 1964 with the objective of connecting domestic savings for development of the Indian economy. In 2001, the government divided UTI into two units. Its guaranteed return schemes were brought under UTI 1, that is specified undertaking of UTI, whereas net asset value NAV based schemes were placed under UTI 2. So they have two schemes that are being operated First is UTI 1 and UTI 2. So UTI 1 deals with specified undertakings or the guaranteed return scheme, and the NAV, that is the net asset value scheme, was operated under the UTI 2. Okay, so we'll stop here and we'll continue with the seventh financial institution tomorrow. Okay.